Hello, everybody. Hope everybody is having a nice evening. Very, very cold in Sydney at the moment. So I want to talk to everybody today about what our kids are learning in school that us adults aren't. And so I had in one of my kids' newsletters that I was looking through today, and in school holidays. And it's talking about the school bounce back program that they have, and then the last week of the term they were focusing on emotions. And I found that it was really interesting and obviously really good that they're learning about emotions at school, because this is something that as adults we weren't taught when we were in school. And so I think, I probably don't praise the schooling system enough, because I have questioned a couple of things about it, but I do actually really praise the fact that this is something that the kids are learning. So I wanted to read a couple of sentences off this sheet and what it's actually talking about. So it says, you can change a bad mood into a good mood. It's normal to sometimes feel sad, lonely, disappointed, angry, or worried. You help your physical, for example, walking or sport, something that creates positive feelings like playing with your pet, making or drawing something, or looking at photos taken on a holiday, or do something kind or helpful for somebody else. Now, this is fantastic that we're teaching our kids this, and I feel that as adults this is kind of like a given. Like, we know, or we should know, that these are the ways that we can make ourselves feel better. Maybe for somebody who's in my position where I coach on this stuff, it's a little bit more of a given. But what I feel is that a lot of the time when you try and express yourself, especially through social media, is that there's so many adults out there who just really rebel against the whole positivity idea. Like, oh, I'm sick of seeing this positive shit in my news feed. Like, why? Why do people want to rebel against something that's supposed to make people feel good? It's almost like everybody enjoys this feeling of, and it's an addiction to aggravation, this annoyance and this feeling of hating life. Like, I don't want to see all the good shit, just give me all the shit in my newsfeed that pisses me off all the time. That's what I want to see. That's what it feels like sometimes, because you get to a point where people, they stop responding, and they stop reacting to the positive vibe that you're trying to give off, and it's almost like they've had enough of it. And then you sit back and you wonder, well, why? Are they actually taking anything from it? What good are they using pieces of this towards their own life? If we sit here and we can, in our schools, and we can teach this stuff to our kids, why are we not adapting this information and using it in our own lives? Why are so many people in this world depressed and miserable and hating life and anxious, and all of these horrible emotions that we feel on a day-to-day basis? If we can teach it to our kids, why aren't we using it for ourselves? Why aren't we using it in our everyday life? And then we teach it to our kids, and then at the times when they don't use it, we get annoyed at them because, oh, you learned this at school, you should know it. But it's just, to me, it's a bit of an anomaly that I just don't seem to understand, is that we have such high expectations on how we expect our kids to act, yet as adults we don't set the right example. We're not setting these examples on our own emotions and our own positive behaviors, and then when we do feel like we could potentially lose our shit, we go, okay, maybe I need to go for a walk, or maybe I need to do a little bit of exercise or meditate for 5 minutes to feel better. Like, I'm not saying nobody does it, but there are people that simply don't adapt this way of life. They're not actually doing this in their everyday life. So reading on, it says here, what can you do to help your child become more able to understand and manage feelings? Help your child to understand and experience positive feelings. Identify times when you can help your child to notice and savor pleasant feelings, like feeling proud, excited, satisfied, relieved, joyful, and hopeful, that arise from a positive experience. So again, it really is talking a lot about positivity and how, when you're having those negative emotions, how you can turn them around into something more positive. But again, this is talking about how we can help our children to understand this, what we can do as parents. But yet, who's teaching the parents? Because this isn't what we were taught in school. We weren't taught about how to control our emotions and how to be positive. And now that there are people, you know, like myself and there are a lot of other inspirational people out there who are trying to spread the message of positivity through the world. And sometimes it feels like, you know, the general public it rejects that very much. So I'm very curious to know, you know, what your thoughts are on this. Why is it that people feel that way? And if you are one of those people, I want to know, what is it? Why do people seem to reject the idea of having this positive outlook on life? You know, it's kind of like it's not cool or something, you know, to be so happy and be so positive and have your shit together. So yeah, I'm curious to know if you've got any guts to comment on, you know, what it is that you feel like, why, if you don't like positivity or if you don't care for it or whatever it is. You know, I really would like to see some comments on, you know, people who either do or don't embrace that stuff. So yeah, I really wanted to praise the school and the system, because I think that it is really, really important, especially at young ages. Like my son's only 5 and he's learning this stuff in school, and this is where he learned all about filling people's buckets, you know. And he come home and this is something that we very much use in our household now, is that if my kids are misbehaving, then we use that terminology that they're not filling my bucket or I'm not filling his bucket or vice versa, so that it's language that they understand. But yeah, it's just, to me, I just don't get it. I don't understand why so many people, when you try and provide positive advice and feedback, why so many people try and resist against it and be like, yeah, I know better than that, but yet make 0 improvements in their life, but they choose not to take your advice on purpose. So yeah, I'm interested to know, because it's something that baffles me often. So love to hear your comments. Thanks to everyone who's listened, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.